Hello, you guys. What in the world? It's just spinning. There she is. Haha. All right. Send request. Okay, it's letting me in. Hello.
Shalom, shalom, my beautiful. I'm seeing that we're having some connection issues. It's saying it's reconnected.
Yeah, your screen is black and it's spinning. Let us know down below if you guys see us.
Yeah.
As usual, we'll get it fixed. So the more you tell us, if you're like, we can hear Tracy and Tawny, but we can't, because right now I can't see Tracy. We can see her on YouTube and.
Hey, sis, but it's saying reconnecting. So, okay. Trying to see what's going on.
We're gonna just finger cross it.
Fingers crossed, you guys.
Just gonna give it.
Y'all know they always try to give us a hard time. But listen, y'all, guess what else? Today we are also going to be working out. So once we log off from our conversation, y'all come back. I'm gonna give y'all about I'm gonna say a 5-10 minute break.
10 minutes.
I'm back. Okay, 10 minutes.
I was like, no, not 5. I gotta take a potty and get a water.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a 10-minute break after our conversation, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna work out today as well. But I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm still having technical difficulties. I can hear myself, but I can't see myself because it still says I am black and reconnecting.
I can see her on YouTube and Facebook.
So you can see me there?
On YouTube and Facebook, you're good here. I don't see you on Instagram. And I would love to know if those people popping on, are you guys able to, you just hear Tracy, but you can't see her?
So if y'all can let us know, can you hear me? Even if you can't see me, we'll still get started. Because I don't know what's going on.
I can't hear her, so they can't even hear you.
Oh, shucks.
That's weird.
So let me try to log off and come back. Let me log off, Tawny. Let's see.
Okay. Well, so if you guys want, we're still over on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
And we'll be back here.
I'm gonna come right back.
It's always fun. Oh, sugar, I forgot to get the crap. I can't read comments. Yes, okay. Motro Cannon said I can hear you both. Yeah, YouTube isn't the problem. It's okay. She started again on. There we go. Oh, I see you, but you froze again. But I'm requesting to join. Let's see. Let us know. Apologies, guys. It's doing this because we have things set up. We get set up before we go live. So it's just funny. It's very comical because I know you guys are like, oh, there's. I feel like Instagram's just hating on us. Like, I'll show you what it looks like on my end. This is where we're at with you. Instagram's just like, hello, can you hear us? Okay, well, maybe I'm just going to go over here and unmute you.
Wanting to connect, so it looks like we are possibly just going to be over on Facebook and YouTube because they're not giving us no love over here today. Looks like we are.
Should I mute I feel like Instagram. Do you want to do it one more time? Try Instagram?
I'll try it one more time, guys. If not, can you please show us some dance moves, especially how you control the quads and legs? Hey, you know what?
That is one. I'll go here and show y'all some dance.
Boob wobble.
That is hilarious. Show us some dance moves. that is my secret, is the dance moves, y'all. All right, we'll figure that out one day and show y'all some dance moves.
That is one.
Okay.
That is.
I don't know what's going on. So I had to mute her over here because, and if not, we hear reverb. So I'm waiting to see if this is gonna work. Because Instagram is just ended. We're gonna give it a third try. You don't even want to try it? Okay, hold on. I have so many different devices to do this. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, this is a lot. Okay. So we're just doing here. Let me turn that down. Okay. Are you gonna talk?
Yep, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure we have it all on. Okay, so we're just over here. I'm gonna just direct people. I'm gonna just do Instagram by myself and see if that does it. It's being a butthead. I'm gonna be like, come join us. You can listen in.
On YouTube and Facebook, because Instagram did not want me to get on today, and it's all good.
And it might not let me with me and Maddie. I don't know what it's doing with dueling. It's making it difficult, it seems like. So I will just keep getting everyone to come over here.
Well, that's fine. We ain't got to use y'all. Listen, we gonna talk to our people regardless.
Yeah, right. We're gonna still get out there. It'll still be up on the podcast, so not a big deal. And I'm just gonna share it to my stories too. So then there we go. Okay. Yay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go live on the podcast, guys. So this is another thing, guys. If you're driving, you're at work, you're doing things, and you still want to communicate. On but live. Sorry. On but live.
You can watch both of us on YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, I'm telling somebody is texting me now, so I'm telling them we're on YouTube and Facebook. So as I was saying, guys, if you're driving and you're busy or you're doing something and you want to listen back to the conversations we have, guess what, guys? We are putting it on Spotify as a podcast, so you don't have to sit there and watch us. You could actually listen to the conversations on your own time. So that's what we're doing now. That's why we have so many devices set up. We're doing this to make sure we are kind of like broadcasting everywhere. So, you know, as I'm saying it,
for this exact reason, honestly, you guys, for this exact reason is why doing it on multiple platforms, because sometimes on one device, it's not letting you go. So at least this way we have ways that we can communicate with you still. So if you guys do want to see both of us, you can see both me and Tracy over on YouTube and Facebook. So Instagram today just was saying nope. We gave it 2 tries and then we said this ain't baseball, we're not giving you a third.
But no, I'm gonna say this too. Listen, for y'all listening, we got some professionals out here that know how to maneuver this in another way. Hit your girl up and let us know how, like, if you're doing this whole thing and you found an easier way to broadcast on multiple stations to get your word out, to get a conversation and just get information out there, let us know, because we're trying to make it accessible to everybody worldwide. So that's what we've been working through these things. So since we got all this going on and we're finally just going to focus on these platforms, I'm going to go ahead and go live on the podcast as well now, guys. So shalom, guys. Hey, everyone. It is Tani and Tracy, and I'm so excited to be on here talking with y'all today. So testing this out to make sure you can hear us both. Tani, can we hear you?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, good.
They hear us both, right?
Good, guys. So listen, we've been talking about these conversations over and over again. And guess what? As survivors and warriors, we will be talking about these conversations for the rest of our lives. Because I may be 5 years post, Tani may be 8 years post. There's somebody that just became a survivor yesterday, last month, 2 weeks ago, and all of these things. And the reality, while we share our story and we're so loud with what has happened to us and our experiences, is because We do not want you to suffer as we did. We don't want you to go through the trials and tribulations that we have had to go through as survivors and warriors. We're talking about our story. We're sharing you things from experience, sharing you things from just the life that we've learned to live post. How people say, how are you ladies smiling all the time? How do you not look like you walk around with the depression? How do you not look like you still have the disabilities, guys? This is why we're sharing these stories. So we're talking about this situation here. Azzy and I just met with another a family member of a warrior a couple of days ago, and her concern was her brother is starting to get themselves back moving with mobility and function, but it's not as fast as they would like. And the doctor told them, hey, if he or she doesn't get it back in 6 months, they're just going to be stuck like that. And she was very discouraged. And this is a loved one and a caretaker. Listen, I don't want my loved one to have to live with this for the rest of their life, looking and feeling disabled and feeling defeated. So thankfully she was able, I don't even know how she found me. She found me and she says, hey, could I just take some time to talk to you so I can know what's going on? Y'all already know I am more than happy to speak with you about these things because it is a passion of mine, because I went through this. And I'm going to always say, God has given me a gift to be able to live out loud and show you there's more to life outside of our disability, more to life outside of what statistics have shown from the past experiences of what stroke survivors' lives look like post in the life of recovery. So yes, we are still the #1 disabled. We are still climbing the chart of being possibly, at one point back in year 5, we were number 4 on the list of the highest with heart disease and cardiovascular health, but we possibly are higher. And so it's nothing to gloat about, but I just want to put that out there. People are having strokes every single day, multiple thousands by the seconds, guys. So that's why we are so passionate about putting this information out here. So saying all that to say, guys, it is a myth that if you do not get back your full mobility within the first 6 months to a year, that you will be stuck like that. And the reason I could factually say that is a myth, because guess what, guys? I'm 5 years post and I'm still making recovery today.
Yep.
With everything that I'm doing. I have worked with warriors that are 4, 6 years. I remember a young lady that was 4 years in a wheelchair. Oh, I said you wouldn't walk. And by the grace of God, because it ain't what Tracy did, by the grace of God, within 6 months, before I never even met this woman, within 6 months, just with giving her the strength, the faith, and the ability, showing her different ways to think outside of the box, we got her back up out of the wheelchair walking. So please, and guys, I'm telling you, this was 4 years of her being in a wheelchair, because the doctors had told her, hey, you didn't get it back in the first year, you're stuck like that. You're going to be disabled. You may not be able to talk. You may not be able to do these things. So the discouragement from those medical practitioners that are, professionals in that field to help you, to give you the knowledge, to give you the to give me the to want to keep pushing. That's what they're there. That's what they're supposed to be there for. Hey, my doctor is encouraging me to keep going. They're actually deterring us to say, hey, this 6 months, this a year past, honey, you just stuck like that for the rest of your life. The devil is a lie, because you're not. And I'm going to say, because as long as you have a breath of life in your body, you still have the ability to do more. You still have the ability to be more. You still have the ability to get up and get to do something else. So again, guys, it is a myth. And I want to scream it loud as, listen, nation to nation, it is a myth. If you are still breathing and understanding, guys, we are survivors. There's so many people that had a stroke and died. We survived the stroke. We are warriors that are still living with these disabilities, whether visible and invisible disability. We are still warriors to say, hey, I want to be able to smile. I want to be able to do the things that I did before, or just enjoy life, because we always say, don't compare yourself to the old and things like that, because that may sit you in a place that you don't want to be in. But we want to say, I want to get better than I am today. I want more than where I am today. I want to keep pushing. I want to keep striving. So this is why we're talking about this, guys. You have the ability and you can do more. You can keep striving. You can keep pushing as long as you have breath. So guys, be encouraged to keep moving. And if you haven't seen it and you only keep reading the statistics, and listen to the medical practitioners. Look at us. Look at Tani. Look at Tracy. We are living proof. And we're doing this every single day, guys, to let you know that this is not the end of the day.
And also look at yourself for the statistics. Yes, they say you should see, and they don't say it, you should see most of the recovery. Not all. It's not that you're done after 6 months, but how they say it. And that's how I heard it. And that's why I pushed myself so hard. But when I look at it, the odds that we are alive, because we shouldn't have made that. So if they told me there's only a percentage, they told me I wasn't going to be able to walk both my dogs. Absolutely not. You have 2 big dogs. You will never be able to do that. Your balance won't be good enough, blah, blah, blah. You won't do it. Guess who walks both her dogs by herself? Okay. I do that. And I'm telling you that, did it happen right away? Were there times that I was frustrated? Absolutely. But where there's a will, there's a way. And like Tracy said, as long as you have air in your lungs, and I tell people, you may have, it's not a failure. And that's when you start realizing that, you know, we didn't know how to ride a bike, how to drive a car, how to do those things before. After your stroke, I tell people it is rebuilding yourself. And there were times, I mean, I remember the first time I was by a bike and someone's like, do you know how to ride that? I'm like, I do, but I haven't since the stroke. And they're like, do you think you can do it? And I was like, let's find out. We won't know till I try. I did it. And it was good. Was it a little weird and wonky in the beginning? Yeah. Did I think I was going to fall? Yes. If I would have fallen, would that have been okay? Absolutely. It's about the fact that these doctors are taking away our like motivation. I go, how would you take that if someone told you, you better get it all back in 6 months or you're done? How would you feel? Would you feel motivated to be exercising? I mean, would you be doing all this stuff, or would you be like, oh my gosh, I've been trying this move for a week and I haven't seen any progress. How the hell am I going to get there in 6 months? So stop putting some timeline on it. Instead, why don't they talk about how the brain has neuroplasticity, how there's people, I have a friend 10 years out who now has their license. So just because it's 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years into something and you haven't yet got it, it's about reaching out to the community. And I bet you there's probably one survivor who's like, I know someone who has. So as long as I know there's one person, or guess what? If no one else has done it, I'm going to be that person. I was that mermaid who went off the side of the building. I'm the mermaid. And I know you might be like, why do you have to be a mermaid to do it? Because why not? And like Tracy said, to raise awareness. And I wanted to turn the thing that should have killed me into something beautiful and to raise awareness. So that's a little bit of the mermaiding. I know Tracy has a big smile. I think she's like, oh, because I see a comment. We got, I recently found your channel. I love your message. 2-year survivor, just seeing real strides now. Meg. Oh, I know it's Tracy.
That is awesome, Meg. That is awesome. See, this is what this is all about, guys. I smile when I hear and when I see comments like that, because at the end of the day, to encourage someone versus discourage. Listen, that if I can do that for one person, that is why I live my life out loud. Because again, I remember at the beginning of mine, I wasn't so loud. I was kind of still trying to figure things out, like, yo, what is going on? Then it was like the epitome, as God said, okay, you listen, I've gifted you with this gift 18 years prior to your stroke. You just got to take those abilities that I gave you and transfer it into this and make it happen. And it took me a minute to wake up and be like, hey, I can't keep living in the dark. I got to start sharing this. And the reason I had to start sharing this because there's other people that are in the dark. And it was like, I could have said, hey, I'll recover and I'll go through this whole recovery quietly, which in the beginning I did. I would say the first 5-6 months I did. Then it was like, okay, Tracy, you can't keep doing this quietly, because again, it goes back to the gifts that I gave you. I've equipped you with this, and God has equipped me with this, because prior to having that stroke, I was 18 years plus already in the health and wellness field with nutrition and wellness, of helping people transition their body and getting their body to the best state they want in their life. So if I could do that prior to, God has already gifted me with the knowledge of, hey, my gift is to help people get their body to the best ability. Tracy, you had a stroke. God is now giving you that ability to have a little more compassion, to be able to work with people that have the disability, the lack of knowledge in their brain, to slowly comprehend and slowly put things together. Hey, God gave me that ability to say, hey, I gifted you already, but now I'm going to give you another skill to say, now you are a survivor. So you understand that you have to have a little more patience. You understand that you might have to delve in a little deeper of breaking this exercise down to be a little, and honestly, I like words like, I actually had to be a little more outlandish on how I presented myself with things, because the normal mind doesn't work as the stroke mind, because everything is discombobulated and twisted here and there. We may not learn the same way. We might need outlandish. We may need things that are just out of the ordinary to make it work for us. And then I think about the natural mind and say, oh my gosh, people already naturally don't like to work out on a regular basis. They always say, Tracy, you're the crazy chick that like to work out and you smile when you at the gym. I do. But that's why I do things that I say, hey, I don't want you to look at this as an exercise. This is a tool that we're going to use that's, hey, eventually going to get us better, because exercise to somebody, their first language is, I'm not doing that. I'm not in shape. That's too hard. It's going to be hard. It's all these things. So, hey, we're in the house, guys. We're going to lift up a cup over our head. We're going to do these things that are a little outlandish. And right now, I'm not saying, hey, let's do this exercise. Hey, let's do this activity. Hey, let's touch our head. Let's do these things that we don't think about. But in reality, as we're doing these things that are out of the ordinary, it's strengthening and giving us those mobilities and functional skills back that us as survivors need. So we just have to. So again, it's a blessing. And I actually smile every time I think about the gift that God has gave me. Like, okay, you equipped me with this way before, with not knowing that I was going to go through this and still need to. And so I'm saying that to say, guys, all of my clients and everybody I worked with before would always be like, girl, you make up all this shit. Like, they always, all the exercise I do, they're like, it's not an exercise. You make it up. You come up with these things off the top of your head. Guess what I did? And guess what? What I'm doing for survivors and warriors, I come off of it with the top of my head. So God has gave me that gift already before becoming a survivor to say, I'm going to make you different. I'm going to make you a person that thinks outside the box. People will be like, is that a name for exercise? No. I'll give you a name just so you can remember it. But so it's the same with survivors. When I'm telling them, I really don't know names of stuff half of the time. I'm like, just do it, because of the simple fact, this is just a skill that God has given me. So when you look at it at the end of the day, you're like, hey, I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks. And now my hand opens up, or now I can lift my head over my head. So things like that. So it's a great gift that God, it's not a gift that I had. It's a gift that God gives you. But really, even when I was just saying that, that's what gave me the other insight to look at on the other side and say, that's beautiful, because everybody is always like, Tracy, you don't do nothing ordinary. Like, you do everything different. Like, every single time. Shaw, where you get that from? I don't know. It just came to the top of my head. When I get on the phone with the survivor and they say, I don't know. It just came to the top of my head. What you about to say, Tani?
No, that's perfect. I mean, and that's why you're so good at this. And in fact, we had a question over on Instagram. Brain Injured Babe said, love it, Tracy. She was applauding you for everything. But she said, Tracy, do you have to rest or nap after exercise?
In the beginning. In the beginning, I'm 5 years old. In the beginning, I did have to rest. I didn't really know what that meant. It was very hard, but then I'll be like, yo, well, I can't move. So let me tell you why I needed to rest, because my brain was telling me to keep going, and I would try to do something that I did prior to, and I'm like, hey, I can't even move. My body had shut down. So the thing is, so the answer is yes, even though I didn't quite know it in the beginning, the answer is yes. So I don't know what you said, maybe 2 years, but the answer is yes. The short answer is yes. I've been learning how to properly rest and get it in more so my body doesn't shut down.
Do you also think like you have built up your stamina? Yeah. So that like, that's where my hopes is right now. I know everybody, you're like, Tani, you go. No, I actually do things and then I rest and then I do things. And I realized, because when I am at home with my family, I love my mother, but she is boom, 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 bouncing around. We got to run this errand. We got to do that. And I literally, this last time I was like, I can't. I mean, I was dramatic. I was like, you're going to give me another stroke, woman. We need to calm down. This is too much. I need a break. And she was like, to her, she's like, she was driving everywhere. And she's like, you're just sitting in the car and we're going to different places. And I was like, but what I've learned, and I'm 8 years out from my first, from my stroke and my aneurysm rupturing, but I'm 1 year out from my second brain surgery. And what I've learned is when there's a lot of different stimuli. So when I'm out, it drains my social battery more. I can do stuff, but if I'm out and we're at the mall and then you want to go to the grocery store, honestly, two stores for me and I'm a little pooped. So that's me, but that's why me and Tracy have been trying to exercise to build up that stamina. So I would love to know if other people notice, like I know brain injured babe Charlie, you exercise. Do you find that you need to rest after, or are you to the point where you now can just exercise and go throughout your day? Ooh.
So you said they are at the point that they need to rest exercise, or were you asking me that?
I was asking them. I was saying from my point, I know you were looking at other things.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to, we can do, oh wait, we missed this comment. So if you want to read Naomi's.
Just wanted to say that I love how positive you are. I love it. 2.5-year survivor stuck in a wheelchair. Girl, we need to get together so we can get you about that wheelchair. So please contact me, Naomi. Easiest would be my email, bodytracefit@gmail.com. Contact me, bodytracefit@gmail.com. Because I think you're over on YouTube.
Yes. And also check, and just so you guys know, the movements that we are doing, Tracy has been modifying them. So if you're watching us standing doing something in that workout, she does show you how you could do it from a wheelchair, how you can do it if you have a mobility aid. Also, if you are watching something, you're like, hey, you didn't show me how I need it on this side. The more detail you guys can add into the videos, or like she said in the message, it's amazing. I mean, God gave you that gift. Like, you understand it. And like I flat out said, I've been trying to work out, but a normie, they don't get when I start saying, but my head feels super weird and I don't want to push through it, because I understand to them, they're like, you have to get over that. And I'm like, no. I have my brain feeling weird. And if I'm telling you right now, I can't push past it, you may knock me down then for 2-3 days. So I have now instantly been like, I'm not listening to you. But where Tracy, I know that she's going to, I want to think of a better word. It's not push. She's going to guide me in the right direction, and she's going to let me rest when I need to, but she's also going to look at me and know when I am being anxious, because there are times where I know I say I can't do something, like I don't know why I'm going to cry, because I'm worried. What if that's the thing that does it? And it's like, it didn't. You're going to be fine.
But that's the beauty of it. That's why we have each other too. Go back to that comment because I couldn't read it. It went too fast.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it cuts it off a little bit.
Montreux says almost 1 year. It has been a huge improvement and moving forward. Did therapy 7 months. It was all right. And I went on my own. Huge difference in progression. Oh, God bless you. I'm so glad that you can continue to go, Montreux. I don't want to say that name wrong. Montreux Canyon. So definitely, if you are, it looks like you are on YouTube. If you need assistance with anything in specific, please leave me a detailed message. And I generally like to make the videos for what people ask for, like opening a hand or bending the knee, whatever the case may be. So please, you can shoot me a message, or you can leave it even on here. I don't have to read it out loud. You leave it on here. And once we're done, I could that could be a video that I could put up this week, with the specific exercises to help you with increasing your mobility or flexibility in that situation. But we truly appreciate you guys and everything that you've been doing to give us feedback and talk to us, to let us know like things that you want to touch base on, or that you would like us to talk more about that will help you in the long run with your recovery. So that's what we're here for, guys. So truly appreciate y'all for y'all continued support.
It really, really does. And Tanya C said, yes, if I'm driving one store, then I'm done. But if I'm a passenger, then I can just sit there. What about stiff knee gait? Can it be improved?
Stiff knee gait. So with most time with stiff knee gait, and off the top of my head, I'm thinking spasticity and tone. So therefore, there is I don't know what the video is. I did do a video maybe a couple of weeks ago for stiff knee. So I'll add that to a list. I don't have nothing. I'll add that to a list to do another video for a stiff knee. But a lot of time that has to deal with tone and spasticity. So one key I'm going to leave you with before getting into the video is to work on, as you're doing an exercise, to focus on the word relax. And that sounds simple, like to focus on the word relax, but literally saying relax out loud helps the body to begin to relax those joints and those ligaments in the body. And with exercises, like, you got to think about, our body goes into a fight or flight situation. So say for instance, if I'm standing up and I say, hey, I want to work on my knee, My fist is going to tense up. My arm is going to tense up. Everything's going to tense up because your brain is saying, hey, you're standing up and you're trying to work on balance. So let's work on being smarter with this. So we'll have to sit down. And maybe the closer we are to the ground, we don't have to worry about falling. So we have to focus on maybe if we're working on a knee being stiff, we're going to get on the ground and start doing some exercise. So we already have a little more balance because we're on the ground, so we don't have to worry about falling. So our body's going to be a lot more relaxed. Now, not only be on the ground, let's rest our body up against the wall or something that's safe. So if we lean over to one side, we don't have to worry about falling on that maybe affected side. And then now we're stuck in that position. So all of those things we want to take in consideration as we're trying to work on strengthening different areas and performing in our body. Because again, that fight or flight mode that the body goes in kind of stiffens everything up because you're like, your brain is working overtime to say, hey, I want to get this knee to move, but I really forgot how to use it. So your brain says, hey, protect it. So when you go protect, everything wants to do this. So this is a protective mode. So imagine your body in a protective mode. So your affected side may lock up, tense up everything because it's trying to say, hey, I need to protect it. But when we're relaxed and we're in that situation, say, hey, now let's work on strengthening and stretching that out. Your body's going to be a lot more relaxed. And at the same time, tell your body, literally tell your body to relax. It goes a long way. I mean, I say it all the time. In the middle of work, I just left the gym and I was doing something, probably lifted some crazy heavy weight. And I felt everything, everything was insanely tense because I was trying something different. I had to look at myself and I'm looking around like, Tracy, if you don't relax. And the moment I said that, I was able to do it. Very simple. But my body was tensing up like, yo, this hurts. But Tracy in her brain with her that don't really relate all the time. So I had to look around like, what are you doing? Like, I'm doing it right, but what's the problem? It was tensing up because, yo, you're doing too much. And I had to put it down, say, Tracy, relax. I went back under. I started laughing. I know people be looking at me. I just start laughing like, and I'm doing the exercise like, okay, so much easier once I told my body and my brain to relax. So literally, guys, staying relaxed is going to relax everything up. My scapula, everything relaxed. And I was able to perform the exercise with ease. So literally, I'm telling you to do something that I still do today. Tell myself, relax, and I can perform so much better.
Wow, I freaking love that. It's just like, it really is. A lot of times you just have to tell yourself to relax, to breathe, to just like, you can still do it. It was really nice. Tanya C said, thank you both for being so candid. Much love and blessings. Always. I mean, I joke about some people, they're like, the brutal honesty of after a stroke or a brain injury can be a lot for some people, but most people tend to love it. They're like, I love how candid you are. I'm like, you know how I feel. There's no hiding it. There's no masking. And then Naomi did put, I would love to be able to move my knee. I have tone and spasticity. What if, because we're going to do movement in like 10, when we have a little break, what if we just make that one be about knee stretch or something?
Knee. We can, but a 30-minute knee, baby, everything gonna be tense. So yeah, so we will add some. That is a great way to look at it, Tony. So we will add some of those in, and then after that, I'll do a shorter one. Because and the reason I say that, because honestly, when I'm making the videos, some of them are a little longer because I have to do a lot more explanation in them. But in reality, because I know our attention span is short, I really try to minimize those videos to try to work on a specific area to less than 10 minutes. Sometimes, again, it can't go to 10 minutes. Literally, when somebody said, I fell outside, how do I get up off the concrete floor by myself with nothing around? That video was like 9 minutes and 50 seconds, but it was very detailed. As, hey, there ain't nothing around for you to grab. This is how you get over to one side after you take yourself roll over. And even if you have to roll them on your affected side. So those videos take a little more detail, basically is what I'm saying. But so that one I will do, because our workouts are generally about, always range from 18 to 30 minutes. So guys, so we'll definitely add some in there. And then I'll do a separate video for you guys after that.
I love that. Thank you. You're so hopeful. So she does do a lot of these videos, a lot of awesomeness for helping us get our movement and your strength and your stamina back. Because you can. It's wonderful.
Oh, guys, well, on that note, that is the end of our conversation. We love y'all. We want y'all to make sure you stay encouraged. Yes, as long as you have a breath of life in your body, you can still make progression. And small progression is better than no progression. Remember, guys, we will see y'all back here in 10 minutes as we will do our workout. So I love y'all, and we will see y'all back here shortly.
Okay.